close up to the camera. I'll let you see what that looks like. See? Before we get into this video, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Hello, Candy Toys here, and welcome back to our channel. We have a new video for you. Please check out this video and subscribe to our channel. Check out all our other videos, and don't forget to hit that like button. See you next time. Bye-bye. What you will need for this recipe is flour, salt, cream of tartar, ground cinnamon, ground nutmeg, water, vanilla extract, lemon extract, imitation rum extract, vegetable oil, and 6 different color food colorings of your choice. Also, please check the description below for exact measurements as well as the full recipe for this Play-Doh. Hello, Candy Toys here, and welcome back to our channel. Today we will be making homemade Play-Doh that smells like freshly baked cake. So let's get started. In the beginning, you should have saw all of the ingredients that you will need to make this dough. So what I have done already is I combined all of the dry ingredients, which I will be sifting, and I also combined all of the wet ingredients into a measuring cup, everything except for the food coloring, which will be put into individual containers. So those are all ready mixed. So what we're going to do now is just sift all of our dry ingredients. We want to just mix it all up and then sift it. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And it's important, all of the ingredients that you use to make Play-Doh are edible. And it's very important to make sure that you keep the salt in the recipe. You don't want to alter the salt. One of the reasons the salt is good is because if you have little children playing with this dough that smells really good, they may try to eat it, and the salt helps them. It kind of stops them from eating it. Like, they may put it in their mouth like most kids do. They try it, but because it's so salty, they usually spit it out. So you don't want to put any kind of sweet ingredients into the dough for other reasons as well. But what you're going to do now is we're just sifting. Just go ahead and sift it. This just helps to combine all of those ingredients. We have some nutmeg in here and some cinnamon and some cream of tartar, as well as the flour and the salt. So we're just going to go ahead and just make sure all of that is sifted together really, really well. Just mix that and then just sift. Just sift. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just want to make sure that it's just mixed in good. It doesn't have to be very well sifted. So I'm taking my hands now just to make sure that I have all the way to the bottom of the bowl, especially that nutmeg and cinnamon. That's the main things you want to make sure that are really mixed in there. Now, a lot of people don't put nutmeg and cinnamon in their Play-Doh, but I find that if you want to make it smell like freshly baked cake or freshly baked cookies, it's a nice surprise, and it makes it smell differently than those that are already on the market. It's also good to use different kinds of extracts as well that will give you that beautiful smell. Now remember, when you're making your Play-Doh, you can pretty much use any kind of fragrances to make it smell good, just as long as they're edible. Again, because you will be having kids that may be putting this into their mouths, and you want your Play-Doh to always be non-toxic. So keep your Play-Doh edible. Make sure that those kids are not putting it in their mouths, but if you can't stop that, at least you want it to be something that they can actually eat. So do not use any ingredients in your Play-Doh that kids cannot eat or that you can't eat yourself, okay? And again, that's where the salt comes in, because the salt will definitely stop those little kiddos from wanting to keep eating it because of the salty flavor to it. Okay, so I've mixed it again, and then I'm just going to do some light sifting. And this usually doesn't take too long. I'm taking a little longer with it, but it usually doesn't take this long. So you just go ahead and just keep sifting it a little. It doesn't need to be sifted completely. So you want it to just be well incorporated. And if you don't have a sifter, that's fine as well. All you have to do is use a fork or a wire whisk and just whisk it up real good until it's completely mixed, or just use your hands like I'm doing, and just make sure that everything, especially the nutmeg and cinnamon, that you cannot see it anymore. It's just blended in really well. And already, if you can smell this, it smells so great. It smells really good. So I make this for my daughter all the time. And when I make it for her, she just loves it. She loves Play-Doh. She loves to make things out of it. And the smell is just like, wow. And you can even smell her playing with it, you know, from across the room. And it actually makes you hungry, even though you can't eat it or don't want to eat it. Okay, so I think that's all mixed in together. So now I have 6 containers here. And you can use any containers that you have, as long as they have lids. You can also use to store your Play-Doh, like sandwich bags or anything like that. But the reason why I said to use 6 containers, you can do bowls as well. If you want, you can go ahead and mix the stuff up in bowls and then transfer that into Ziploc bags. But I have these containers already that have lids like this. These containers come with lids. So I said, why not just mix it all up into the containers that I'm going to store them in? That way you can just save a dish. Okay, so people make their Play-Doh different ways. I find this to be the easiest way for me. So what you need to do is, this all needs to be divided into 6 parts. So you would need about 3/4 of a cup of each of these put into each container. That's what you're going to start out with. So what you're going to do is start off by putting about 3/4 of a cup of all of this into each container. With your water. I'm going to do is the bowl is out of the way, so I'm just going to move these containers closer in. So you can see a little better. Okay. So now we're going to take our food coloring, and the colors that I'm using are red, blue, purple, brown, yellow, and orange. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the red one in here. You can just add as much as you like. I think that might be enough. Drop the red. Then I'm going to go ahead and then I'm going to add the blue. To go ahead and add the purple. Now, if you find that your dough is a little bit too soft for you, you can always just add a little bit more flour. It's kind of, you know, you have to kind of play it by ear when you're making things, especially cooking. It's a lot of math, so you can do the math ahead of time, or you can just kind of wing it a little bit and try to get exactly as you can. Okay, so now I'm going to put the brown. This is the brown. There we go. So you can see the colors here, and then I'm going to, I like to use a fork for this because it helps to mix the flour better than a spoon does. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix this all up together. It's not mixed all the way, all of them, so what I'm going to do is have them all mixed up, and then I'll be back with all of the finished Play-Doh product so that we can see how it works. Oh, that purple is kind of light. I think I might add a little bit more purple to that. There we go. Try to make a richer purple. This blue, you can see it already taking its properties. Makes that blue a bit more. Okay, so look at this purple. all of the Play-Doh mixed in, and then I'll show you how it feels, okay? So see you in a minute. And we are back. As you can see, all of the Play-Doh has been mixed together with all of our colors, but what I am going to do now is to knead each individual dough. So you just want to take them and knead each individual dough. And when you're mixing up your Play-Doh initially, you want to be able to use your hands to mix it to make sure it's well incorporated. But you also have to make sure, if you're wearing gloves, to either change out your gloves or wash your hands in between each one, because you can see sometimes it sticks there and you don't want to get that into the other one. So this is it. This is the purple one. I'm going to knead that a little bit, roll that into a ball. And that one. Sit that down, and then I'm going to just take these gloves off and go ahead and put on a fresh new pair. And sometimes you won't have to put on a fresh new pair of gloves with each if it doesn't like stick too much, but just to be on the safe side, unless you don't care if your dough has a little bit of contamination in it. Not really contamination, but a little bit of mixed in colors of the other ones. Okay, so now I'm going to do the blue. This is the blue. See that texture? And it smells so nice. And you spend like money buying Play-Doh for your kids, and you can make this at home. It smells really good. So you just keep on mixing that, just kneading it, folding, kneading it, and then you want to roll it into a ball like that. See? Roll it into a ball. Put that one down. Let's see. My hands aren't too bad, so I'm going to go ahead. Well, I'll do the orange over here. I'm going to knead that. Because I did see a little bit of blue getting there. So you just want to go ahead and just knead that like that. So make sure I stay here so you can see. Go ahead and knead it like that. And then I'm going to round this into a ball. Sit it in its container. And again, you want to use airtight containers when you're making your Play-Doh. Or again, if you don't have an airtight container, you can use just Ziploc bags. You just have to make sure that when you are storing your Play-Doh, that it doesn't get any air in it, because air will make it harden up pretty quickly. So you want to, if you want it to last a little bit, then that's what you want to do. Okay. So now I'm going to mix the yellow. I've changed my gloves again. Mix that up. That's the yellow. See that texture? Isn't that beautiful? So your kids will love this. I mean, you can pretty much make anything out of it. You can play with it, work with it, roll it into a ball. Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful. Roll it into a ball. Very nice. See that? Beautiful, isn't it? Set that one down. And because I have yellow on there, I'm going to change my gloves again. Again, you can wash your hands in between, or you can, use a utensil to mix it, but it's best to get it really good if you knead it with your hands. Just get, down deep into it and mix those colors up. But I find doing it this way in individual containers has those colors bursting and popping better than just mixing up all the ingredients and then adding them to containers and adding each color first. But when you do this, you have to make sure you follow the recipe exactly, and that each container has equal parts, so that your dough won't be too dry or too runny. So make sure that you follow the recipe exactly, and that each container has equal parts of both dry ingredients and wet ingredients. Look at that sheen in there. That's the oil from the recipe that gives it that nice sheen. See that? Beautiful red. Beautiful. It's almost like a garnet red. Smell it. It smells so good. It smells really good. Okay, so I'm gonna roll this into a ball and put that down over there. And then we're gonna get the brown. Let's see. Yeah, I think I can go ahead and touch this brown. So we're gonna get this brown. And this is a unique color, right? But kids like to play with this color too. This is good when you're like making volcanoes, if you want to make a volcano, or some dirt on the ground. If you're making a house and you want dirt on the ground. Make sure I get in here so you can see me mixing it. Just mix it until it's like really smooth. Fold it. See how pretty that is? Beautiful. Kids will love this. Okay, so see that? Isn't it nice? Nice. Pick them all up one more time. There's the yellow, but I have a little bit of red in there. Look at that. There's the yellow. See that? Really nice. Okay. We have the orange once again. It's the orange. It's the orange. There's the red. There's the red. Nice little sheen to it. See that? Beautiful sheen. Set that one down. And we have our blue, which is my favorite. See that? And you can almost, if you look closely, see if you can see that. This is the blue. Try to get in the camera. There we go. If you look closely, you can kind of see some of that cinnamon and nutmeg in there, but it gives it that beautiful color. So that is the blue. Set that down. Got some brown in there. So, I mean, it's not like easy to keep these from getting mixed in with each other. It's bound to happen, but you know, as long as you pretty much keep them separated in colors, then you'll love them. Okay, so there's our purple. This is our final one. And then if I can bring this up to the camera, I'll let you see what that looks like. See? Beautiful Play-Doh. Roll this up to a ball. So that is all 6 of our colors. And for this recipe, we made 6 colors, but you can alter the recipe if you know how to do that and make less colors or more colors. Okay, so that will do it for us today. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you make this recipe, please comment down below and let us know how yours turned out. Or visit our Instagram page and tag us in some pictures, or our Twitter, and let us know what yours look like, okay? Thank you for watching this video, and we will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Also, don't forget to seal those containers. These stack nicely on any bookshelf where other toys are stored. Well, that is it. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.